Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing some Thanksgiving baking. It is Wednesday, November 27th, so it is the day before Thanksgiving, and I am in charge of the dessert for the most part. So I'm going to be making a cheesecake, just plain cheesecake, and an apple pie. Usually we have like coconut custard pie, apple pie, some sort of like something that I make, and Carvel cake because we celebrate my mom and brother's birthday because they're around the same time as Thanksgiving. Like this year my mom's birthday was yesterday and my brother's birthday was the day before, so they were like the same week of Thanksgiving. So depending on like when Thanksgiving falls, they're either like the week before or the week after. So we always get like a Carvel cake. But usually my mom will buy like a store-made apple pie and a store-made coconut custard pie. I feel like there was like another pie that she would get, because I feel like there was always 3 pies, but I can't think of what it was, because maybe pecan? Nobody really likes pecan pie in my family, so I feel like wouldn't have been that, but I can't think of what other pie, because nobody likes pumpkin, so she definitely didn't get that. I don't know, but so this year she asked if I wanted to make the apple pie, since I usually make apple pie like during the fall, like September-ish. Like I usually go apple picking and like take some of the apples and like make apple pie. So I have a really good recipe that I use, and yeah, so she asked if I wanted to make the pie, and I was like, yeah, sure. Like, it's not hard to do. And then I made this cheesecake for like the past couple Thanksgivings, and like everyone like loves it. Like, it's just a plain cheesecake with like a graham cracker crust, but I don't know, everyone in my family like really like loves it. Like, it is really good. Like, I don't know, it's just really good. So I'm gonna make that, and yeah, I kind of want to make something else, like a pastry. Like last year I made, what did I make last year? The cheesecake, and I made rainbow cookies, but rainbow cookies are like an all-day process, I feel like. And everyone really loved them, but I'm just not up for that today. Maybe I'll think of something that I could do, but I don't know, we'll see. But right now I'm going to start on the cheesecake. So I do a no-bake cheesecake. So it's very simple, the recipe that I use. So I do a graham cracker crust, so we need a small bowl. So gonna use this bowl for that. Then I found this at the grocery store when I went on Monday, and it's like the graham cracker crumbs like already like crumbled. Like usually I would just buy graham crackers and like ground them up in like a food processor, but I found this, so like that step's already taken care of, so that's really cool. So I could just measure these out and add them. Okay, so we've got our graham cracker crust here. So that was 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs, 1/3 of a cup of packed brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1/3 cup of butter melted. So 1/3 of a cup of butter on a stick is 5 tablespoons, and 1/3 of that, so like most of it. So the cinnamon was interesting. I don't think I've seen that before, but like I love cinnamon, so like I'm not mad about it. I'm sure if you didn't want to add the cinnamon you wouldn't have to, but it's only 1/2 teaspoon, so like it's really not crazy. So you just mix that up until it's like, you could tell because the graham cracker crumbs are like a light beige color and everything kind of gets dark, and then you could kind of pat it down like this and it'll stay in place. So now we are going to take that and put it all in the bottom of our springform pan. I do definitely use most of it, so it does come up kind of high, especially because I think this is only like a 7 or 8 inch. Like, it's not huge, so it definitely comes up like probably 2 inches on here, like all around the bottom. But you just pat that down, and then we're going to put in the fridge to cool for probably about an hour, and then during that time we are going to make the filling. So initially I put in most of it, and I just patted it down just to make sure I got like the whole thing covered evenly. So now I'm going to add the rest and pat that all down. So that is the whole crust added, and honestly it comes up like almost halfway, which is a lot, but this is like, pretty sure this is the recipe I've used in the past, except the cinnamon. I really don't remember adding the cinnamon. Maybe I just opted not to in the past. So yeah, it's all patted down, so now we are going to put this in the fridge and make the actual cheesecake. So I just whipped it about this much, so this was about maybe like 30 seconds to like a minute at most on the highest speed on the mixer, which is 10. So also I would recommend putting like a towel around it so that all the splatters don't get like all over your kitchen. So yeah, just like have it like this, wrap a towel around this part so that the cream doesn't splatter, because it will. So yeah, 30 seconds to a minute. So it's like just starting to form. So now I'm gonna beat the cream cheese and lemon juice and then add this and really let it whip until it's thick. Okay, so we've added everything except the sugar so far. So we had our 2 sticks of butter. So I got this at the supermarket. If your supermarket sells Philadelphia cream cheese, which I feel like every supermarket in the United States probably does, get it. It's the best. I love Philadelphia. So I got this 2-pack, which was really cool, and I'm pretty sure I saved money. So I have everything whipping, so we just have to add the sugar. So it's 2 of these, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, the pint of heavy whipping cream, and then the sugar, which I'm about to add, which is a 1/3 cup of white sugar. So we're gonna add that in a couple minutes and then whip it until it's thick. Alright, so the filling is officially done. So I did add about a teaspoon of vanilla extract just because I tasted it when it was almost done, and I was like, it's definitely like not there. I don't know, I just think vanilla helped make it like a little sweeter. It's not overly sweet, and you do have the pie crust also, which is sweet, so you don't want this to be like super sweet, but it just tasted like bland. Like, I feel like the vanilla definitely like helped it, so now it's good. It is whipped, and we are going to add it to our pan. So the crust has probably been chilling in there for about 20 to 30 minutes now, and I think that's good. It just said, you know, cool in the fridge until it's firm. So I'm pretty sure like probably an hour would definitely be good, but I think 20 to 30 minutes is also fine. Plus I don't want this just like sitting out. Like, I want to get it to the pan as soon as possible because it's supposed to be in there for like a day and a half, which if I get it in the fridge now, like, it'll definitely be good and all set up for tomorrow evening when we have our dessert. So I will show you guys how it looks when it's all in the pan. Okay, you guys, so our cheesecake is officially done, and I'm super happy about this because it is 9:53. So we have one of our 2 desserts before 10 o'clock, and I was thinking I wanted to have everything done by like noon. It'll probably be more about 1 o'clock because right now I want to take a little break, have some coffee, because I haven't had any coffee yet, and I've been up since 7. And I'm kind of like feeling tired already. So I'm going to have some coffee, relax for like an hour. Also, my camera battery's about to charge, so I want to charge it a little bit so I can show you guys how I make the apple pie. So I will see you. Hey guys, so for you it has only been about a second, but for me it's been 2 hours. It is now noon, and I wanted to just take like an hour, but after, like, literally right when I finished the last clip, the camera completely died, so the battery just finished charging now. So that took about 2 hours, and I wanted to have a full battery, so it literally like just finished charging right now. So I'm going to head back in the kitchen, and I'm gonna make 2 pie crusts. One of them I'll use for like the actual like pie crust, and then the other one I use to make the lattice top, because I've discovered one isn't enough, so I make a double batch, but I make it in like 2 separate batches. So I'm going to do that and then put it in the fridge to chill, and then while it's chilling I'm going to make the actual apple filling. So let's go do that right now. So pie crust is very easy to make. You just need flour, salt, butter, and ice water. So this recipe is 1 1/4 cups all-purpose flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of butter, chilled and diced. That's really important. You don't want it at room temperature or softened, just literally right out of the fridge, and dice it up like this into like small cubes. And then a 1/4 cup of ice water. So mix together the flour and salt, and then as the mixer is going, start adding in the cubes a few at a time, and then until the mixture resembles coarse crumbs, and then you stir in water a tablespoon at a time until the mixture forms a ball. So this is how your batter should look once all the butter is added. And then with the mixer running, we are going to start adding the ice water a tablespoon at a time until the pie dough forms. So with the first batch, I did use a little too much water, so the dough was pretty sticky, so I just added in some flour and now it's good. So when you touch it, you shouldn't have like any dough sticking to your fingers. So I'm out of saran wrap, so I'm using aluminum foil, which I read up on and it's fine. So we're gonna get this one in the fridge, then make our second batch and get that one in the fridge. Okay, so both the pie doughs are in the fridge chilling. So now we are going to core, peel, and slice all of our apples. So I got Macintosh apples. I don't get like a particular type, I just get whatever looks the best or whatever's on sale, honestly. So they're a bit smaller, so I got 5. I think I usually do 4 to 5 anyways, so I'm gonna do that now.
Very own backyard. I had no idea about this. So I watched the whole documentary, and it literally is. It happens right in front of my face. I keep going to crime scene. I went to the crime scene today, and I've been going around the crime scene for a long time. Should I name the crime? Yes. It's called Preppy Murder. Do you know that one? Of course. Okay. So a boy that would frequent. So there was a preppy murder. Picture 1985. It's August 25th, 1986. Young girl named Jennifer Levin went to the Dorian's bar right around the corner from me. Dorian's Red Hat. It's the bar. It's like on 85th Street. 84th. Yeah, so it's right by our house. We go there all the time. And it is also a very... And lo and behold, he was just a shady guy the whole time. So he never was convicted of murder. Even though there was like strangle marks on her neck, he said it was from his arm. So he went, the parent, the mother, and the sister, and everyone, they took a plea deal because they couldn't deal with another time going to jail without. And that's the DNA, they had DNA, and that just started, DNA just started back then, and they didn't understand it. The judge wouldn't use it as actual things. It's what couldn't be proven that DNA was really out, right? So basically, he got him with murder, and now he got 5 years. He started his 10 sentence. He got out, and then 2 years later, he got arrested for drugs.
So this is all 5 apples, cored, peeled, and sliced. So now we are going to add all the seasonings on top, which I will tell you what they are in a minute, and mix it all up. So here's the mixture all sprinkled on. So this is a mixture of 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and then I did an 1/8 teaspoon of ground cloves just for more flavor. So now I'm gonna mix this up. Use your hands, definitely. That's what I do. Just like, that's the best way to get all of the apples coated. Just go in with your hands. So here is what the apples look like, all mixed up. Really only took like 2 to 3 minutes to really just get in there and get all the apples covered in the mixture. So now we're gonna roll out the pie crust and put the apples in. So here is the pie crust. It looks so good, all rolled out and in the pie dish. So now I'm going to fill it with apples, and then I still have this much crust like left over, but I'm just gonna take the second crust that I made and roll that out, and cut it for the lattice for the top, and then probably just combine whatever dough I have left and freeze it. Got the lattice crust all rolled out, and I like put in some lines, so this is gonna make 9, and I just really want to make it look perfect this year because like my whole family's gonna see this, so I want it to look really nice. So I'm actually like trying. So I think for the most part these are pretty even. It's kind of hard because I just have like this. I really want one of those, like if you've been to culinary school or just like bake a lot, like there's like this metal thing and it has like all like little individual rollers, and you can like pull it as far apart or like as close together as you want and just roll it across, and it would like slice all of these at the same time. I really need to invest in one of those, definitely, because it would make my life so much easier. Okay guys, so I am officially done with my desserts. So what time? The pie finished at around 3 o'clock. So I was a couple hours behind of when I actually wanted to be done, but I did take a 2-hour break. So probably would have been right on schedule if I didn't take as long of a break, but I wanted my camera to charge so I could show you guys how I make apple pie, and I just needed a little bit of a break today. So yeah, I really hope you guys like that. I know I haven't done a baking video in a couple months, so it felt really good to do one again, and I hope all of you have a very happy Thanksgiving with whatever you're doing. My family comes over, so it's my dad's side and my mom's side. There's not that, I think there's gonna be like 10 of us, so it's not a huge crowd, but that's my family, and we're gonna eat everything just all day, eating appetizers, entree, dessert, so I'm pretty excited. This is my favorite holiday, so I'm really happy I was able to show you guys some desserts I made. And yeah, have a very happy Thanksgiving. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.